Do you always find yourself saying yes and then having deep resentment and anger because you actually wanted to say no? Yeah, it happens, doesn't it? Especially if you are a people pleaser. When you're a people pleaser, you don't even know what boundaries are. Yeah, boundaries, what are they? So in this video, we're going to talk a little bit about what makes you a people pleaser, recognizing that you are so, and what you can do to help you change that behavior, because that behavior is actually a form of self-sabotage. Now, I'm not just preaching at you. I'm working on it. Number one, people pleaser. Okay. So we do this together, yeah? Okay. So maybe when you were a child, you may have been in an environment where you had a parent who was prone to angry outbursts, and you were always told by the other parent to placate them, not to make a noise, don't do this, don't say that, don't do the other, go and give them this, go and give them that, make sure that you smile, make sure that you're polite, make sure you're nice. Constantly being told, yeah, you were being taught to people please, to placate, yeah? And that you then didn't even need to be taught. As you grew up in your childhood home, you were on high alert all the time, picking up on the little nuances of behaviours from one of your parents and rushing in to people please them to avoid an angry outburst. Does it sound familiar? Yeah, possibly. Maybe you were told that actually when you expressed a need or a want or a desire, that you were being selfish and you should think of others, always put others before yourself. Yeah, maybe you were told this under the form of religion, so you grew up believing that this was absolutely, this is what God has told us to do. Yeah? Of course, that isn't what God was telling us to do. Love one another, but also love ourselves. Yeah? Very important. But you were told you were being selfish. Yeah? Don't you consider others? Think how they'll feel. Yeah? So you learn at a very young age, actually, looking out for your own need was like a sin. Yeah, I mustn't do that. There are various reasons why you may have become a people pleaser. Control is another thing. Maybe you had parents or caregivers who wanted to control you and keep you like in this box. And they couldn't cope if you did anything that wasn't within their control or what they were wanting you to do. So again, as soon as you reached out for a need of yours, you were shut down immediately. So that actually, when you grow up in that sort of environment, yeah, it's like ingrained in you from an early age. And then as you go through school and college and work, not only are you people pleasing your parents, you're people pleasing your siblings, you're people pleasing your friends, you're people pleasing your work colleagues, And you're also people pleasing in your relationships. And it's not healthy. Yeah? I mean, in relationships, it's not healthy because you're constantly putting their need before yours. So you're likely to attract quite controlling people and dominant people and people who want you to do what you were told. Yeah? Or you are enabling their bad behaviour. So actually, although we think as people pleasers we are kind, we are helpful, we're just trying to make everyone's life better. Yep, we are enabling. So if we're in a difficult relationship, we're enabling bad behaviour by placating, by people pleasing, by not putting boundaries down. Yeah, if we're constantly helping a sibling and we do everything for them, their CV, their job searches, their buying things online because they say they can't do it. Yeah, okay, I'll do that. Actually, what we're doing is we're preventing them from being able to stand on their own 2 feet because we're constantly doing everything for them. Yeah? And when you're a people pleaser and you can't say no, you lose your sense of who you are. You don't even know who you are anymore. You spend your whole life at home, at work, with friends, pleasing everyone, making sure, that everyone's okay, because you're frightened of conflict. People pleasers are often very frightened of conflict. Yeah? Making sure everyone's okay. You've forgotten about you. Where did you go? Huh? Yeah? I'm going to talk personally just for a moment because I have been a people pleaser my entire life. And when I first heard boundaries, I would be like, what? Boundary? What's a boundary? How do I know how to set boundaries? I don't know. What are my needs? I don't know what my needs are. What are my needs? I don't think I have any needs because I can't think what they are. Yeah? You've lost yourself so much in running after other people you don't even know what your needs are. Now, I have put myself in a period, I will call this chapter of my life the isolation period. I have put myself in isolation. I've sort of cut myself off from everyone. Now, there are various reasons for that, but I am going through a period at 51 years old in my life of transformation. I am finally discovering who I am. And actually, to be able to do that, I kind of not need any outside influences, because the answers to who I am are within. And also, although I know I'm upsetting people and I'm not doing it on purpose, I needed the pressure taken off from me of constantly pleasing and saying yes. Now I am learning about my needs. Now I am learning about boundaries. and I'm becoming stronger. And when I am ready to face the outside world again, I will be ready with my toolbox of knowing what to do. Because before I didn't have a clue. I didn't. Yeah. So you may be like me. You may be someone who goes, well, I don't know what my needs are. I don't know. I don't know how to set a boundary. I can't set a boundary. I don't want to upset anyone. Yes, so first of all, we have to identify what are our needs? What are our needs? Yeah? So, first of all, when you find yourself saying yes to everything, but as you've said yes, that dread inside, because you know you've said something, yes to something you actually don't want to do, you haven't got time to do, you can't afford to do, or any number of reasons. You've said yes to something that you don't want to do, okay? Boom. Warning bell, right? So as soon as you feel that feeling, now how do we combat that? We prepare ourselves in advance. We say to ourselves, the next time someone asks me, what am I going to say? Okay, so you're going to say, yeah, you're going to say, thank you. That sounds like a fantastic night. But actually, I don't think I'm going to be available then. However, I'll check and I'll let you know. Don't say anything else, right? Because when I was scrabbling in the dark, trying to learn how to put down flimsy, floppy boundaries, I was never successful at. Someone would say to me, ask me to do something, and I'll be like, well, I'm not sure if I can because the cat woke up and she had a bit of a limp this morning, and then my brother, he might ring me for 2 hours because he usually does on a Tuesday afternoon, and then I forgot that my daughter wanted me to... A, it makes it sound like you're just making up a load of excuses, and B, if you're justifying why you can't do something, that then leaves the other person up to be able to negotiate. Oh, well, don't worry, I can help you with that. We can sort this out. Okay. Yeah? There's nothing wrong. You do not have to explain yourself. You don't. Yeah? I have learnt this the hard way. Thank you, but no thank you. Thank you, I'll see, but I'll get back to you. Boom, nothing else. Okay, nothing else. Now, if you're dealing with a narcissist, yes, especially, the narcissist will hate that you haven't said yes to them immediately. What? Right? And they're like, narcissists are like water. They sort of seep in the cracks. Yeah, they do. So you can't give them a crack to seep in. The minute you hesitate or, give them an excuse, they'll find a way. Yeah? And the narcissist will get cross. They will. Okay? So with the narcissist, you have to be very strong. No. If they ask you, well, why? Why? I don't need to explain myself. I don't need to explain myself. Yeah? Or that's my business. I'll get back to you. Very, very hard. personal experience of this, so I know, yeah, expect a pushback because you have spent your whole life appeasing people and doing everything for them. Oh, she's so helpful, she's so great. Yeah, that actually when you say no, people are going to be a bit like, ooh. The good people in your life are going to think, well done. Yeah? But the ones who take advantage are not going to be happy. Okay? It's the ones who are not happy about it. They're the ones who are abusing your kind nature. Because that's the thing. You can feel like your kindness is being taken advantage of, can't you? Yeah? And you don't want to be like that. You don't want to start becoming resentful. Yeah? It's like we have to learn that people pleasing is like a form of self-sabotage. Okay? And we don't want to be that person. And we certainly don't want to end up someone resentful or bitter because we've spent our whole lives pleasing others and not ourselves. So, how do we set boundaries? We are just firm and fair. Like I said, you know when you need a boundary. So, for example, if you have a family member who drinks and they've turned up at your door, you might have children in the house, yeah. Actually, you're well within your rights. You're protecting the peace in your house, which you have every right to do. No one should come into your space and disrupt that peace. Yeah? No, I'm not allowing you in. You've had too much to drink. I'm not having that in my house. Shut the door. Yeah? No, I will not be spoken to like that. I don't deserve to be screamed at. I don't deserve to be sworn at. And I will not communicate with you if you are going to speak to me in that way. Yeah? No, I can't have a 2-hour conversation with you because you're freaking out at the moment. Perhaps don't say that. I'm sorry, I can't speak to you about this right now. I know you're upset, but when I have time, I will come back to you. There is nothing wrong. It's not being cruel. It's not a sin. Yeah? You're not being selfish. You're being far from selfish. You are looking out for you. Because also, when you are a people pleaser, I bet, you are the caregiver, aren't you? You are the caregiver of everyone. Who is the caregiver of you? Quite likely no one. Yeah? So, someone's got to care for you. Yeah? And that someone has to be you. Okay? And maybe if you can learn to find your self-worth, to recognize what your needs are, to lay down boundaries and not feel guilty. You can always check with someone if you're unsure. Check with someone, and maybe a friend who you know is good at that sort of, hey, if I said this to them, am I being mean? And they'll say, no, of course not. Yeah, you can always check. Yeah, and when you feel your self-worth, you become strong in yourself, then you will attract people who will respect you, not disrespect you. And you might find people who actually want to care for you. Wow, wouldn't that be a nice thing, eh? So we'll work on it together, because I'm new to this as well, I can tell you, but it will make for a happier life. Okay, I am sending you, as I always do, love and light. If you would, please kindly like, subscribe and comment. Let me know, do you have difficulty recognizing what your boundaries and your needs are? Have you made changes in your life and seen the difference? Please do let me know. I would absolutely love to hear from you. I just love hearing any of your comments. Okay, thank you. Have a good day and take care. All the best. Bye.